everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be doing a work in progress video for the real grade Nu Gundam that I've been working on. And in this video I will be doing all of the other white parts that go along with the leg, the arm, and the head. Previously, before I started recording any of this, I worked on all the blue parts and the yellow parts and red parts, so those were all done already. They just need to be 2K cleared. So in this video I'll go over what paints I used and how I did each step, and then at the end I'll do a quick overview of the parts after they've been completed. Okay, so first off I want to do kind of an overview of the paints that I used, and in doing so go over kind of the technique and way that I did this. So first off, with the parts, we go with the Evo Surfacer white. I don't have any gray, so white was what I had, so therefore I primed with white, which works well for basing, white parts. Then I cover the entire part in neutral gray 1. That is going to be the base color for all of the white parts. It's just a very, 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 very light gray. Then I mask off and I spray all of the darker colors with the warm light gray by Nazca. This guy knows Nazca. It's a very, very good smooth paint. And then after demasking, I mask off again and spray the pure white in some spots that I want to highlight, just to give it that triple white effect. Then the entire part gets mist coated with Mr. Crystal Color Diamond Silver. That's what gives it the pearl. After that, do panel lining and decaling, and then of course after all that has had time to dry, we go over it with the 2K gloss. One thing in this video that I'll probably end up kind of glazing over is me applying the panel lining and the decals. If you want, let me know in the comments, and I could do a dedicated video later on panel lining techniques and how to put on water slides. So just let me know if you want me to do that. I'll be glad to do that. But I did want to talk about the water slides that I am using in this build. These are my first time using Delpy decal, and I highly suggest Delpy decal. They are very, very detailed to be such a small set of decals. This is for the real grade, so it's 1/44 scale, but the level of detail in these is immense to be so small, and they're super easy to apply. They're very sturdy water slides, and the ones that I'm using are holographic, which really assists in the pearl nature of the part. Now that we have done the base coating, did the pearl coat, panel lined, and decaled, here is the final product of what I've done so far. The only thing left to do is 2K coat these, which I plan on doing probably tomorrow. But I kind of wanted to go over some of the parts that were a little bit more intricate, some of them that I liked the most, and just to give you an overview of kind of what to expect after you've completed. So now we have the leg white parts, the waist, which I forgot to mention I was doing earlier, the head, and the other arm. Now to start off, this piece here has the 3 different shades on it. So in the middle, as you can see, is the neutral gray 1. Then we have the light warm gray, and then the white. Gives it a very, very dynamic feel to the part, and just gives it depth instead of just being, 2 shades or even just 1 shade. It's going to make for a much more fun to look at kit, especially after the 2K is applied. And I don't know if you can see it well, but right there you can see the pearl coat. And of course this one only has 2 decals on it, one at the top, one at the bottom, and it has a very metallic reflective nature. That piece, right proud of. This is another one that's got the triple colors on it. So as you can see, light warm gray on the top, neutral gray 1, and then white right there. And that of course ties in to the part underneath it, where I have white there and at the bottom, and then the dark gray there. But when they go together, you can see that it's going to mate up and have, the white there. Masking was challenging, but I do like the challenge. I'm getting better at using the hobby knife to get into the panel line itself, and then peeling the excess away, leaving where I need to paint. And it's a very crisp way. It's a way to actually save a lot of tape. I usually take a toothpick and I will run it in the groove of the panel line first, and then take a nice sharp knife and cut along in there, peel it off, and leave what you want painted exposed. Next, I will go into some of these pieces here. This one is another triple coated, the white there, neutral gray 1 at the top, and then the light warm gray at the bottom. Just gives it a lot of depth. In this, I actually painted the inner frame color, which is the duraluminum. So whenever I slide it over, it's going to look like the inner frame is sticking out there, which I kind of like. And here you can see the nice reflective decal there. Same thing I did here with the duraluminum on the inside. It's just going to give it that 3-dimensional feel to something, well, the depth feel to something. It is 3-dimensional, but got the light warm gray, neutral gray 1, and then white, and then of course that duraluminum. It's going to look like actual individual panels stuck onto the mobile suit. For the head, I actually did a triple color as well. That's the warm gray, got the white right there, and then the neutral gray 1. That was very tedious, but in the end, very worth it. It's going to look very nice whenever it's all together. And for the front skirts, we got the two-tone here. So we got the light warm gray, neutral gray 1 with no white on here at all, but we do have the nice badge and decal. And I did something special for the other front. I used the RA decal there, just to give it more of like a Verka feel, but once again the paint was exactly the same. And for the other arm, as it is different than the previous arm, it doesn't have any blue on it, I wanted to do some color separation on the outside of the arm. So for the back piece, we got neutral gray 1 with a little bit of white right there, going into just a straight white part, and then a light warm gray to go between that, so you have all three colors on the arm to kind of match the rest of the theme that I'm going with this. And of course we have matching shoulder pads on this one because the other one has the A, this one does not. And we have, yeah, goes like that. The two-tone on this, so you got a light warm gray and neutral gray 1. And on this one, ooh, you can really see that pearl come out. And that's kind of a quick overview of the things I did and, you know, how they came out. Thank you everyone for joining me for this work in progress video on the real grade Nu Gundam build. I will put links in the description below to anywhere that I get my paints or supplies. And let me know down in the comments below if you would like me to do a video on panel lining or decaling. I think that could be very fun. Once again, a like and subscribe would be appreciated if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.